our chief of police, our deputy chiefs, any fellow law enforcement from any other agencies. I know the director sends his congratulations. He's a staunch supporter of the training out here, but unfortunately he's at home sick this evening. But I would especially like to thank the family and friends of Mandate 65, as your support played a crucial role in your loved ones' completion of their journey here. We gather here this evening to celebrate Mandate 65's graduation from the Police Academy as they now venture out into the community and they get to work. Over the last 27 weeks, Mandate 65 has been trained by some of the finest men and women in law enforcement with the latest and greatest in police technologies. These 23 police officers we are recognizing here this evening began their journey August 26th of 2024. Over the course of their trainings, I can assure you that there has been early mornings, late evenings, many ups and downs, lots of smiles and cries, a little sweat, and a fair share, maybe some constructive arguing. I had the pleasure of attending the hiring interviews for the members of Mandate 65 and being able to see the level of confidence in the exit interviews, which I was able to conduct this week, and to see the amount of confidence which has grown in all these officers is truly amazing. I have all their pictures in my office from day one. And when I look at those photos from day one and then the exit interviews from this week, you can look at the picture, and a picture tells the whole story. Mandate 65 has received just over 1,000 hours of training in 184 days that you have been under this roof. Mandate 65 graduate began their journey as a class of 27. And it is a testament that these 23 individuals are seated upon us this evening. Mandate 65 is as diverse as the community in which they will now serve. Just a few notables about Mandate 65. Our newest police officers age and range from a mere 21 to 43 years old. 9 of our newest police officers are college graduates. We have a former Cobb County explorer. We have 7 military veterans. 14 of our officers achieved the fitness award. We have transplants from North Carolina, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Pennsylvania, Haiti, and Colombia, who now call Georgia home. We have 2 officers who are following the footsteps of their fathers, who recently retired from the Cobb County Police Department. And lastly, we have Cobb County natives, and we have numerous graduates from the schools within the county, to include 3 from Osborne High, 1 from Sprayberry, and 1 from North Cobb High. As you graduate from the Police Academy today, your education in the realm of law enforcement is only just beginning. You will now enter a new phase of your training, which will be overseen by the members of the police command staff, which are seated here this evening. I encourage you to soak up as much as you can in this next phase. Use the practices which you have been taught here to make the communities a better place. And while you may be leaving here this evening, I want to assure you that the doors of the training academy are always open as you continue to grow. I implore you to maintain the strong bonds that you have formed with one another over the course of your 6 months. And I encourage you to make the similar bonds with the men and women which you will now serve alongside with. And lastly, I ask one thing. Engage your community in a positive light and be strong stewards of the law enforcement profession. I would now like to offer any of our elected officials a chance to say a word of they choose. Commissioner Burrow.
Good evening, everyone. It's always an honor to be with you all on such a special occasion, but it's also an honor to be surrounded by Cobb County's finest, past, present, and our future. So, yes. So we welcome you. You can count on us to support you, pray for you and your families, and we appreciate the sacrifices you have made and will continue to make. So God bless you. We're with you 100%.
And Commissioner Gamble.
Congratulations, Mandate. Thank you. 65. Thank you for choosing Cobb County to call home and continue to serve our community. To the families, thank you for entrusting them to us. Please know that they have a great group to surround them and support them. And if you ever need anything, our offices are always open. Thank you.
I'd now like to present the Chief of Police, Stuart Van Houten.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Stuart Van Houten. I'm the police chief here in Cobb County, and I want to thank Captain Mango for taking the mic out of here, because I always like to just kind of freelance it a little bit, so appreciate that, Captain. Hey, I want to just take a few minutes to congratulate, of course, these 23 fine young individuals who have joined the Cobb County Police Department. But I want to explain just a few reasons that I want to thank a lot more people than just you 23 today. It is a very, very hard job to obtain. It is a very hard job to get through the application process itself. 4%, 3%, depending on the year, will be hired from a pool of thousands down to what you see in this class and in this room at the top. We have 71, I think, total recruits in this room right now. 23 are graduating now, and the rest are waiting. And it's very, very difficult to get in this room wearing the recruit uniform. Very difficult. And the reason that I would like to extend some thanks concerning that is because this group of individuals did not make themselves. They did to a degree, for sure. I'm sure they've had trials in life, and I'm sure they've risen to the occasion. But we are a product of our environment, of our family, of the people that were around, of mentors, of people that took time for us. And to the family, to the friends, to the people that influenced these 23 young people in front of us today, and they all appear to be young. Sometimes we'll have some that are a little bit older, but this looks like a pretty young group of individuals. For those of you that kept them out of trouble, that guided them, that prayed for them, that prayed over them when they didn't even know that you were praying over them, which I do a lot of, for every individual that wears the badge in this room. For those of you that gave them guidance, that gave them standards, that disciplined them, that maybe cut them a break in love every now and then, that explained the reason for discipline, that you do love them, that kept them in a condition that they can pass a background investigation for a pretty progressive and pretty tough police department in Metro Atlanta. Maybe the toughest. They could not have been where they are without you guys. And I wanted to say a big thank you. Because without that environment and without that culture in their lives to this point, they would not be sitting here fixing to hit the road as Cobb County police officers, offering a lot of relief to our officers out there who are experiencing a little bit of shorthandedness to protect citizens out there on the road tonight when it's dark and most of us are going to be home asleep. to be out there in the cold of the winter and the heat of the summer, in these hot shoes, hot boots, with a vest on that's probably magnifies the heat by about probably 20 or 30% or 40% with all the weight on their back for years. They wouldn't be able to do that without you. They wouldn't be able to serve their community without you. So my first thank you and my first debt of gratitude is to the families and the people who influence these young people through the first segment of their lives to be able to qualify to do this. We need them, and I appreciate you so much for that. And in the future, I will appreciate the support that you continue to give them, because I know you've been there for them so far. It's been rough, but they're fixing to go into the field, and they're going to be learning things that's going to be even rougher. And they're going to see things that are hard. And maybe they'll want to talk, maybe they won't want to talk. But just being there for them is that continued support for all of that and for all of what you will experience in the future, being a spouse of, a friend of, or a family member of a law enforcement officer. I thank you. The second group of people that I'd like to thank is really our community. That's what I'm going to call it. But what I'll say is this: every police agency has a culture that's dictated by an environment. It's not just the police department. It's how much support we get from Dr. McMorris, from my boss, Mike Register, who literally couldn't be here today or he would have been, from our commissioners who are so faithful to us, but also to the community at large. We have a very supportive community. We make mistakes. We're humans. When we do, we bounce back pretty easy in Cobb County. I like to think that on a moral level, we are pretty intolerant. If you decide to do something and it is a hard decision, it's intentional, and it violates certain standards, you're probably not going to be working here very long. But if you make a mistake, you make an inadvertent mistake, I have found that our community is a little bit more forgiving and supportive than what we have seen in other areas of this region and nationally. We have a very supportive and safe environment for our police officers to actually police and help people be safer. We have a very responsive community that when the police department needs something that's going to cost money, they pretty much support us. So, to those who are part of the Cobb community and to those who have influenced this department over the years and that I have been able to enjoy for so long as a member of the police department, I say thank you for that, because we cannot be safe without a trusting and supportive community. We cannot be a police force that occupies a community that doesn't want us there. And that is not what we have here. We have such a great and supportive community structure, from internally inside the structure above me, all the way to the leaders in our community, all the way to the people that we serve that live in apartment complexes in higher crime areas. We work with them, we support them, and they support us back. So I wanted to say thank you to our community for making this a conducive place where people do want to come work. I want to thank the men and women that made that uniform mean something. And those men and women are sitting throughout this auditorium. If you don't mind, if you're a seasoned Cobb County police officer, or, and when I say seasoned, I mean you're not a recruit, or you're a civilian employee of Cobb County or former, please stand up, and I want to give a hand to these people for doing this for a very, very long time. Commissioner Burrow kind of hit it on the head when she said past, present, and future. This is an easy job to assume from your perspective because we have a great department. It is not because I'm the chief. This department was great when I got here, and I hope it'll be great when I leave. And I believe that it will be great for the foreseeable future because of the men and women, the support we get from the community, the people like you who raise good people that we hire because of all that. It's a little bit more complicated than it seems. So thank you. My command staff, thank you. Everybody that's here on their own time from the field, thank you. Some of you guys I see every single time we have a graduation. You have nobody here to support individually, but you just come because you care about the department. It's recognized and it's very much appreciated. To you guys, I want to say thank you. There's one thing that we cannot give you, only you can have. We can give you the knowledge that you need. We can give you the equipment that you need. We can give you the French blue tie that we all love, the French blue pants that we all love. We can teach you how to polish your boots. We can teach you law. We can teach you constitutional law. We can give you a nice, shiny, probably not brand new car, but we can give you a car. We can beat you up, you know, from August to February and spray you with OC spray and tase you. We can do all that stuff. But there's one thing we cannot give you. And it's what separates you from, I believe, probably 99.7% of human beings. I can't give you the will. I can't give you the desire. I can't give you the fervor, the desire to do something meaningful with your life. And I don't pretend that you're not also attracted to other things about the job, like the excitement, like the variety of work, like you're not sitting behind a desk, like all the good things that go along with being a police officer. There's those good things. But I know, because you'll risk your life for people, that you have something that other people don't have. I can't give you that. I can't impart it. And if you really have it, and it's a commitment in here, you will survive FTO. You've already survived this building, right? You'll survive FTO if you'll remember the honor of this job and fight through adversity that you're fixing to go through and that you will continue to go through forever. You will make it. I've been here 35 years, believe it or not. I did not think I would stay here. I thought I'd be here for a few years, get a degree, and go get a, quote, real job. But I fell in love with this job because there's so much good that comes from this job. There's so much interaction you can have with a little child and a sticker. You won't believe how powerful a sticker and a young person is. You won't believe how powerful a basketball goal, broken down basketball goal in an apartment complex with 3 young men out playing. If you'll get out and play with him and shoot a little bit with him, how you can buy a used bicycle for a kid and bring it to his complex, how you can catch a murder suspect tonight who somebody is mourning for the person they killed when you capture them, and they're praying for justice, and you bring that person justice. All that is in you. If that wasn't in you, you wouldn't sit in this chair. And if it is not in you, you will not last in this job. I thank you for having that in you and coming and helping us do what we've done for so long. My hat is off to you. I admire you, and I thank you for what you've already accomplished and what you will accomplish in this great, great job. Last thing I'm going to say, and this is to every spouse, mother, father in here who has stood behind the people that stood up just a minute ago, I have to say thank you. My wife, Leslie, please raise your hand or stand up. They're the matching couple right there, both in the pink right there. I'm friends with him and she's my wife. So really and truly a hand for everybody that has supported law enforcement officers through our careers and who will support you. So if I could get a really big hand for those who support us. Commissioner Gamble said that I had to top or go below her 20-second speech. I didn't get there, but I did say what I wanted to say. I want to say congratulations to each of you. You will always be in my prayers. I pray a lot for the police. I used to say every single day, and pretty much it is every single day. I can almost say that with a straight face and not be lying. I pray for my officers. Maybe it's selfish for just to pray for the Cobb County Police Department, but I do. I love you guys for what you do. I love you guys for what you do. You guys, congratulations. You're going to have a blast in this job. Please, please, please be careful. Hey, buddy, work hard. Do the right thing. Those three things, think about them. Do them, especially that be safe part. Most of that's up here. Just be careful out there. Congratulations, and we look forward to working with you guys. Congrats.
Alrighty. Now we're about to get into why we're here. For those of you that are being assigned to Precinct 1, if you guys can come stand over here. If you're a family member of an officer being assigned to Precinct 1, if you could head on over to the stairwell over here. And while we do that, I would be remiss if I did not recognize one more group of individuals that really make all this possible. 6 months is a long time. A lot of these recruits, now officers, maybe sometimes they need a mentor, maybe they need a coach, they need a father figure. Well, this staff right here that you're looking at fits so many roles, they wear so many hats. It's like having 23 children for 6 months, and then you get to watch them walk out the door. So not only all these individuals up here, but if you had a hand in training these officers, if you could please stand for a round of applause, please. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you.
Without further ado, the following officers be assigned to Precinct 1 with Major William Mitchell and Captain Dan Robertson. Officer Ryan Hunt. Officer Ryan Hunt is awarded the Blue Ball Award and is returned by his parents Todd and Stacy Hunt. Officer Wycliffe Philippe earned the Blue Ball Award. He'll be pinned by Alex John Philippe. Officer Daryl Mims earned the Gold Bar Fitness Award. He'll be pinned by his mother, Stephanie Boone. pinned by his brother, Officer Alvin Moore. Officer Keon Gordon, to be pinned by his wife, Luana, Gordon, and his son Josiah Gordon.
There we go.
The following officers will be assigned to Precinct 2. Come on up. They'll be assigned to Precinct 2, Rank Major Matthew Hurst and the Captain Jason Best. Officer Amari Cameron earned the Gold Bar Award. He will be pinned by his parents, Stephen and Charnel Cameron. Officer Nicholas Christian. Christian earned the Blue Ball Award and pinned by his parents Carla and Tim Christian.
All right, squad leader.
Officer Malik Randolph. Pinning will be done by his wife, Destiny Randolph, and his daughter, Riley Randolph. Will be pinned by his parents, Arlene and Mark. Stephen Thomas. Being pinned by his instructor, me, and his fraternity brother, Officer Nicholas Christian. The following officers be assigned to Precinct 3. Come on up. They'll be assigned to Precinct 3 are Major Damon Ballard and Captain Bruce Daniels. Officer Chad Valorano. He'll be pinned by Animal Service Director Stephen Hammond. Officer Ashley Aviles. With the blue ball. She earned the blue ball award will be pinned by her fiance Marquise Branch, her mother Maria Aviles, as well as her son Isaiah Aviles Branch.
There it is. I got it.
Officer Ethan Eason. Training will be done by our parents Jeremy and Christy Eason. Just an additional side piece of information, Officer Eason lost a total of 72 pounds during the academy.
Yay!
72 pounds. Officer Sean Kaufman. Kaufman earned the Blue Bar Award, and he'll be pinned by his uncle, Kevin Kaufman. Officer David Diaz. Officer Diaz earned the Blue Bar Award. He'll be pinned by his parents David Diaz and Carolina Chavez.
Baby oil.
The following officers will be assigned to Precinct 4. Come on up. These officers will be assigned to Precinct 4 and Major Brian Batterton, Captain Paul Kincaid. Officer Jesse Lamb. Officer Lamb earned the Blue Bar Award and will be pinned by his parents Helen Tran and Andy Lamb. Officer Anthony Speraza. Officer Speraza earned the Blue Bar Award and will be pinned by his father, retired Sergeant Speraza. Officer Michael Grimberg. Officer Grimberg earned the Blue Bar Fitness Award. He'll be pinned by his daughter Diana Grimberg and his wife Chelsea Roca. Officer Roy Barnes III. Officer Barnes earned the Blue Bar Fitness Award and be pinned by his father, Roy Barnes II. Yes! Officer Caleb Garcia. Officer Garcia on the Blue Bar Fitness Award to be pinned by his father, Rito Garcia. The following officers will be assigned to Precinct 5. Precinct 5, officer, come on up. There'll be Precinct 5 underneath Major George Mestre, as well as Captain Lennox Clark. Officer Ronald Silvera. Silvera will be pinned by his wife, Natalia Quintero. Officer Nicholas Crawley. Crawley will be pinned by his wife, Samantha Crawley. And last but not least, Officer Nicholas Clausen. Officer Nicholas Clausen will be pinned by his father, retired Sergeant Kenneth Clausen. That concludes the pinning. Now I'm going to turn it over to our Range Master Sergeant Geezer to present the Top Gun Award.
So over the course of Band-Aid 65's time at the Academy, they spent over 100 hours with us in the Range. Part of that is a week-long class. It's a state mandated test, basically. Scored out of 100. Everyone in the state has to do it. So at the end of that week, the Top Gun Award with the highest score, with a 98.57, was Officer Chad Mallory.
physical academy here in Cobb County, and our standards are very, very high when it comes to physical fitness. Am I right, gentlemen, ladies? But out of all of them, I get to get the benefit of giving the top PT award. The perfect score with a perfect score of 69 push-ups, 60 sit-ups, 87 steps, and a 9:32 on the run. Officer Daryl Mims. I also get the pleasure of awarding the Most Improved PT Award. This is the gentleman that put in the most work, and honestly, Mandate 65, I don't think you really know who it is yet. Officer Cameron, come on up. On the fitness scale.
Yeah! Woo!
Afternoon. Instructor Gallimore will be presenting the top academic award. So during 65's time here at the Academy, they complete hundreds of hours of course material such as criminal law, criminal procedure, traffic law, you name it, they do it, right? 14 exams they must pass, they must score to 80%. In this academy, we make them score to 80. Throughout the state of Georgia, it's a requirement of 70, so we hold them to a different standard. After those 14 tests, we add up the average. The highest average in Mandate 65's class is Ryan Hunt, the 97.33. Good evening. I'll be presenting the Leadership Award. Leadership is one of our fundamental values here at the Cobb County Police Department. And one of our primary objectives here at the training staff is not only to build our officers up from recruit to officer, but also start developing that next generation of leaders here in our department. This award is unique and it's voted on by their peers. So the recruits of Mandate 65 all got together to nominate this officer to be the recipient of the Leadership Award. And I'd like to present that to Officer Sean Robbins.
Everybody hear me? All right. Before I get into my speech, for me, words are important. And there's been certain instructors throughout this academy who have said certain things to me that they don't even realize stuck with me. One day I was coming out of the locker room, this is in RIP status, before actual mandate. I was looking at the wall down the recruit hallway. I was looking at the plaques. Lieutenant Savers came down the hallway. And I said, "How you doing, Lieutenant?" He said, "What you looking at?" So I'm looking at the plaque, sir. And he said, "You're gonna get there, just keep on working." Something real simple, but it stuck with me. Another instructor, Instructor Gallimore, during RIP status as well. I was in a scenario, and I was helping man named 64. And apparently I was doing real well in the scenario. Instructor Gallimore said, "You're gonna be a great cop because you know how to talk to people." That stuck with me. Instructor Neely. This was a tough one because he doesn't give out compliments, right? So it was tough. Kind of spent the entire academy trying to get a compliment from him. And it was probably about a month ago. We were in the PT room, we were PT, and he said, "Roberts," he was like, "Great job. I don't give you the credit you deserve." I almost wanted to cry. You know, so that meant a lot to me, sir. Sergeant Burroughs is another one. This man is tough, stern, he's direct. But you ask this man any question, he will give you an answer. He's not going to leave you hanging. He's not going to say, "I don't know." He's not going to say, figure it out. He's going to give you an answer. He will look you straight in your eyes and he will give you an answer. So, sir, I appreciate that. So now I'm getting to my speech. Man named 65, what a journey. The blood, the sweat, the arguments, all of which were a necessary toll for us to reach our destination. 0630, the flags go up. 0645, we hit the mats. Collectively, the sighs come out. The heavy breathing, the shaking of the heads. Some of us wondered why we even got out of bed. You see, to me, quitting is a sin. You must be determined if you truly are ready to win. Make your mind up, shrug your shoulders, 10 and 2, right shoulders in. Hearing Instructor Franklin yell, "Hit!" is enough to send chills down most recruits' backs. Easy. But should you give it your all, you'll be running smoother than a Cadillac. 27 weeks of mandate truly feels longer than what it is. But when you lean on your family, your brothers and sisters, the schedule is just a list. To mandate 65, surround your private life with comfort and love. And if for whatever reason you have no one to speak to, I give you my word. Roberts will always be here for you. See, I care for each and every one of you. You are me. So when they see Officer Roberts, they see we. Love y'all.
I don't know how to follow that, Rob. So you got the plaque, you got your boots, you got your new pants, 184 days, over 1,000 hours of training. It all means nothing until you're actually sworn in, right? Is everybody ready? I know you're ready. If you weren't ready, you would not be seated where you are. So we're going to solidify everything right here. I'd like to ask the chief to come back on up. Swear in, sir.
Thank you. Mandate 65, please stand to your feet.
Class, out, man, cut!
I didn't know he was going to do that. Gentlemen, ladies, please raise your right hand.
Mandate.
They know it's going to be late. I'm going to read this in its entirety. When I'm done, if you do agree, please say, "I do." Mandate oath of office. I do solemnly swear and affirm that as a newly appointed Cobb County police officer, I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America and the state of Georgia. I further swear or affirm that I will enforce the laws of the United States of America and the state of Georgia with impartiality and honor. I will never forget that I am a Cobb County police officer, nor that I serve to guard my community from those who would do it harm. I will never...